Hello, special fans. Welcome back to another episode of Accessible Athletics. Today, in this episode, we're going to be talking about the importance of sleep. We'll talk about the general science of sleep, what time you should be going to sleep at night, and how many hours of sleep you need every day. We'll also discuss sleep and how it relates to brain function and why we need good sleep quality. Let's start off by getting into the general science of sleep. There are 5 stages in the science of sleep. The first stage is awake. It is classified as your eyes being open or closed. The second stage is N1, which is the lightest stage of sleep. It usually lasts about 5% of your total sleep time if you're getting a good night's sleep. The third stage is N2, which is the lighter sleep stage and is deeper than N1. The fourth stage is N3, which is also called deep sleep or slow wave sleep. This is a stage where you usually spend more time in, and it usually happens early in the sleep cycle. The last stage is REM, which is where your eyes move rapidly behind closed lids. Your brain is active, and you dream. REM is characterized by an increased breathing rate and temporary paralysis of your muscles. Now that you have a general understanding of the general science of sleep, let's discuss how sleep can affect your brain. It is important to understand that sleep is vital for brain function and health. Brain plasticity is the ability of the brain to modify its connections or rewire itself. It helps the brain adapt to new information and form new connections. Sleep plays an important role in this. During sleep, the brain replays memories and strengthens connections. This is important because this process is what builds our ability to remember information. This process is called memory consolidation. Another reason to have a good night's sleep is that the sleeping process helps to remove waste products from the brain, and it also helps the brain clear out plaque-forming proteins that are associated with Alzheimer's disease. Sleep also helps to regulate mood and emotions. Have you noticed that you lose patience easily? Or that you get frustrated more than normal when you do not get enough sleep? These are some of the reasons why we need to get a good night's sleep. Another is that it can help you concentrate so you can solve problems and make decisions throughout the day. And yet, another is that sleep can also help you learn new things and create new memories. It's always important to learn new things or create new memories. So that's why we need a lot of sleep. So it's important to make sure we get a good sleep. Now we're going to talk about what time you should go to bed and how much sleep you need and why. The ideal time that you should go to bed depends on your age and your schedule. School-aged children should go to bed between 8 and 9 p.m. Teens should go to bed between 9 and 10 p.m. And adults should go to bed between 10 and 11 p.m. Most people should base their bedtime on their desired wake-up time, counting back 7 to 9 hours. According to a study published by European Heart Journal digital health, going to bed between 10 and 11 p.m. may be associated with a lower risk of developing heart disease. Most people need 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night. Some people may need more, and some people may need less. Everyone is different, but the important thing is that you feel rested the next day, because the consequences of poor sleep can be many. Poor sleep can have many negative consequences for your mental health, including depression. Sleep deprivation can increase the risk of depression by weakening emotional resilience. People who have poor sleep are usually more likely to have anxiety disorders. We can also have mood swings from a lack of sleep, which can cause sadness and anger. Lack of sleep can not only affect your mental health, but your physical health as well, because sleep helps your body repair and recover and helps perform at your best. It also supports your heart, metabolism, and immune system. It can also help you to think more clearly, form long-term memories, and do better at school or work. It's always important in the day to have good performance if you're at school, if you're at work, because then that shows people that you're interested, you want to learn, and if you're at work, it shows people that that you're someone they can rely on because you get tasks done and you're a hard worker. But if you're tired, you're not motivated, you're going to just think, you're lazy. And it's not going to be a very good example for your coworkers, or if you're trying to get a job somewhere else, because they're going to think, this guy's lazy. But really, it's just because you have a lack of sleep. Okay, Special O fans, it's time for a movement break. Let's get up, move around, and dance to some tunes, and we'll be right back to finish our discussion on sleep. Okay, Special fans, we are back. Let's talk about some elements that are related to your sleeping quality. Sleep quality is complex, and it is influenced by many elements, including sleep efficiency, which is the amount of time that you spend in bed. It is also influenced by sleep latency, which is how long it takes you to fall asleep at night. Awakenings also affect sleep quality, and this refers to how many times you wake up during the day. So if you're someone that, wakes up a lot during the day to go to the washroom, try to reduce that by either drinking less water during the day, so then you don't have to get up, because once you get up, it's really hard to get back to sleep again. So just try to make sure that, you can reduce your amount of times you get up if you go to the washroom by just drinking less water. And then that'll also help you to have a good night's sleep too as well, so that you can feel rested the next day. There are some psychological factors that can affect your sleep quality, and they include stress, anxiety, and depression. Environmental factors like room temperature, TV noise, and air pollution can also affect the quality of your sleep at night. One thing to try if you find you're having a hard time to sleep, try checking to see what your temperature in your room is like. If it's too hot, or if it's too cold, then maybe put a fan on or open a window. But you want to make sure that your room is a comfortable temperature to sleep. You also want to make sure too, like if your TV is too loud, maybe watch TV, but watch it quieter. Or make sure you don't blast it. Because then that's how it's going to help, that's going to affect your sleep quality too. And try not to watch TV like right before bed. Because that much TV before bed is also not good. And that's also going to affect your sleep at night. So if you want to watch TV, do it after supper. And then after that, can turn the TV off and go do something else that's going to help you sleep better and not affect the way you sleep. So as you can see, there are many elements that can affect your sleep quality, but we can do things to help reduce or eliminate some of those elements. One of these is to try and make sure you spend time with family or friends as much as you can and socialize, because that will help with some of those psychological elements we talked about. Socializing is one of the best things for you, because we just feel better as people if we socialize and we get out. It's good for our brain, it's good for our minds, because it's a change of scenery, we're talking to people, and we learn new things. If we're stuck inside all day, then that's also a way you could feel depressed, stuck inside. So try to go out and spend time with family, or go and play sports in a public setting, just to get out and have that social element of talking to people, because it makes you feel like makes you feel great, and that feeling of greatness is also going to help you to fall asleep good too at night. Make sure to wash your sheets regularly, and to also make sure your room is not too bright will help you to sleep better. If you find your room to be too loud because of outside noise, you can try sleeping with earplugs to help reduce the noise, so you can focus on getting a good sleep. If you also find that your room is too bright, then you can try getting different curtains, ones that completely cover your windows and it's 100% darkness. That might be one of the factors too to help you have a good sleep, is really dark curtains that don't let any light in. Finally, let's talk about what you can do to help get a good night's sleep. Avoid watching TV before you go to sleep. Too much TV before bed can affect how much sleep you get. And also try to avoid the amount of video games you play, because that can also affect your sleep time too. Because you're so focused on your video game that you have a hard time sleeping, because then all you think about is a game. So try to reduce that. And if you're going to do it in the day, and then at night, can do something else. Like read a book or something, or you can listen to relaxing music. A lot of people now have podcasts out that can help you sleep. They're meditation podcasts that are meant for your mind. They kind of help you do meditation. Those podcasts are really good for sleep. So if you have a hard time sleeping, try listening to some of those podcasts. I know when I was away for a basketball tournament in Nova Scotia, I had a hard time sleeping because it wasn't my own house. It was a place I didn't know before. It was my first time. So my roommate found these meditation podcasts, and he put one on, and within minutes, I was asleep. So those podcasts are really, really good. You just lie there, listen to them. They play very quiet music in the background. It's very relaxing, and it does help you to get a good sleep. Make a sleeping plan and follow the routine. Well, there you have it, special old fans. Thank you for listening to another episode of Accessible Athletics. I hope you enjoyed this episode and that you learned how important sleep is for you and your health. I would also like to add that the information provided in this podcast is for informational purposes only. The content shared in this podcast is not intended for medical advice, and it should not be used as a substitute for professional health care, diagnostic, or treatment. If you have any concerns about your health or your sleep, then we strongly recommend you consult with a professional healthcare provider who specializes in sleep. Thank you for listening, and stay tuned for another episode of Accessible Athletics with your host, Damien Chiodo.